I am Pilliter. Today is January 25th, 2026. I'm here in the barren wasteland of the deep winter in Pennsylvania. It's a blizzard today, snowing everywhere. This is culture shock for New Yorkers because no one on the East Coast would want to live near Philadelphia with a 10-foot stick or be outside the limits. It was a different world 30 years ago, but some of us are stuck here out of economic reasons, cultural. It's hard to imagine I'm here. I have some thoughts. I usually go in the forest just to think about art, philosophy. I thought, songwriting. If I'm writing a song, I have to make sure I'm talking with someone without saying their name. And that's really hard to do. I can do symbolism of it, but I can't say their name directly. So when the bystander reads the poetry of the song of me singing, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like a mix between Mark Hollis, where you're saying the words, or Cocteau Twins, Liz Fraser, where you just chant, sing in chants or Gaelic. It's not like it's James Joyce Finnegan's Wake, but you can play that eclectic play there. But I want to be sincere. That's intimately something of me, simply something of the listener hearing the music, and how it could mean many things. I'm not exactly a Proustian, where if you drink coffee, you'll think of certain memories in your head of some. I don't like that paradigm of nostalgic tripping. I think that ran its course for the last 15, 20 years, and it's a bad Derrida style ontology. I think we've moved past that. It's rather about the now and what's going on right as present with music, political situations, all that. And they say all art is political, and they're not doing art. They're just talking about language instead. I mean, there's two different things there. I don't want to get too deep in philosophy, but for 2026, I got some plans. New LP, new CD, a zine, ideally. Probably a compilation, still using Elastic Stage and Mixam. A new website, a thing called Wizard Cave in the making. I'm going to make lots of money this year. I'm kind of getting a reverse culture shock being in the barren snow wasteland of Pennsylvania. Especially I was just in Korea and Busan. They always like to say, well, why don't you just pick up and go? Well, I'm not a millionaire, but certainly I'll be everywhere this year. That's kind of the update. Thinking about symbolism and such, and a lot of new art in the future. How do you talk about these things today in 2026 when the society is about collapsing? Everybody's vain about filming themselves, but I think it's time we do reverse trends. I've been DJing. You can go to my website at www.pilliter.com and listen to my weekly DJ mixes, learning a thing or two. It's not that I'm a liberal, it's just that we're really ideologically stuck in a false Gramsci worldview. We gotta stop using the silos, stop using X, stop using TikTok, Instagram. They're set up against us. We gotta do HTML static websites. Telegram, we do have to rely on these silos to get our stuff out, but can't rely on them 100%. We gotta go hermit mode again. It's about meeting each other in person. With all the gang stalkers and collecting intel on the internet, it's gonna be difficult to do that. But I'm a real human being. You can always email me. I'm about making art, and also about virtue ethics and philosophy and debating others. The cause of anti-liberalism goes forward, or as my digital graffiti would say, AXA. I thought it would be just a harmless jet set radio feature shock jock thing, but it's, you can't talk to art with Philistine. I think it's time to embrace the void. And that is the greatest sacrifice of all, growing every year. And I see it. All right, I'll talk to you then. This is Phil Eater. 2026 will be a very interesting year. www.philleater.com